Incredible job, guys. Thank you all so very much. Let's give them one more round of applause. I know. Mr. Mosqueda, incredible job. Mr. Mosqueda is over here. He's our director. Just so you know, Rudder has their own program, and then we've got as well, 2 at the middle school level. So 4 different mariachis is just incredible. So would you like to say anything? I know y'all are being recognized later for advancing to state. You kind of already said anything. Anything else you want to say?
Yeah, of course. I just want to reiterate again our gratitude to the district administrators. Special recognition over here to Mr. Patrick Corbett. He actually drove the bus for us to go to state, and we cannot thank him enough, because literally without him we wouldn't have got there. And of course our wonderful school board. We can't function as an ensemble without them. And of course y'all, our community. Without your support, we can't do what we do. So thank you again, and we very much appreciate y'all letting us come play for y'all. Thank you.
If you've never made it to their concert, you need to. A couple weeks ago, they had it. If we could get the students that are saying the pledges, if we could get y'all to come on up, we're going to put y'all up here. We have a very packed house tonight, so it's an exciting night. So if you're saying either the Texas pledge or the American pledge, we would like for that to come up. And if you'll scoot in, if there's any empty seats, that would be great. We're going to move the podium back. Kevin, you want to help?
And ladies and gentlemen, if you're at the back of the room, if you'll go ahead and try to make your way into some of these seats, if you all don't mind scooching into the center so guests can come in. We still have some pledge kids out in the hallway who can't get into the room right now. I apologize, but if you'll come on and funnel in, we're going to keep this line open over here because the students that are staged in the hallway will be entering through this entrance over here so that you all have room. We have a couple more seats up here. There's 2 right there. There's 2 seats right up here. Y'all want to stay together, don't you? Okay, do we have all of the pledge kids in? Are there any more out in the hallway? Okay. What do you think, Linda? Shuffle those. They're all in yellow.
Introduce themselves. If you want to introduce yourself and tell the school you're presenting, and then we'll let the kids introduce themselves. Okay. Good evening. I'm Brenda Kernovic, and we're from Johnson Elementary, and this is one of my 4th grade compadres, I guess.
My name is Catherine Munson. I'm the teacher that goes over robotics at Johnson Elementary.
And I am the ambassadors person, and we're just going to let the students introduce themselves.
I'm Warner Watson, and
Hold on just
I'm
one
in
second.
robotics.
We're going to go ahead and officially open the meeting, and then we'll do that, okay?
Okay, let's see.
I call this Bryan Independent School District meeting to order. Let the record show that a quorum of board members is present, that this meeting has been duly called, and that notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. The time is now 6 o'clock. I wish to extend a warm welcome to everyone present. I ask that you turn off the sound on all electronic devices and stand for the pledges. And the American flag will be by Navarro Elementary. Now you can go ahead.
My name is Naomi, and I'm in the 4th grade. Hi, I am Adriana, and I am 4th grade.
Hello, I'm Kaden, and I'm in 4th grade.
Hi, I'm Zoe, and I am in 4th grade. Hi, my name is Aaliyah, and I am in 4th grade.
My name is Wyatt, I'm in 4th grade. Hi, my name is Legend, I'm in 4th grade.
Hi, my name is Araceli, and I'm in 4th grade.
Hi, my name is Alex, and I'm in 4th grade.
Hi, my name is Samantha, and I'm in 4th grade. Hi, my name is Julia, and I'm in the 4th grade. Hi, my name is Natalie. Hi, my my name is Ariana and I'm in 4th grade.
Hey, my name is Jose and I'm in 4th grade.
Hey, my name is Jair and I'm in 4th grade.
I'm Miss Howarth, and I'm the Science and Social Studies teacher.
Daisy Portillo, bilingual teacher. Jessica Leon, bilingual teacher.
I'm Callie Schuler. I'm a math teacher. I'm Barbara Darnell. I'm an ELA teacher.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all.
Thank you very much.
All right, and we have the Johnson Jaguars.
Hi, my name is Isla and I'm in 4th grade.
Hi, my name is Izzy and I'm in 4th grade.
Hi, my name's Sophia. I'm in 4th grade. Hi, my name is Grayson and I'm in 4th grade. Hi, my name is Miriam and I'm in 4th grade. My name is Elena and I'm in 4th grade. Hi, my name is Evelyn and I'm in 4th grade. My name is Dalton and I'm in 3rd grade and I'm in robotics.
Hi, my name is Emma and I'm in 4th grade.
My name is Eric and I'm in 4th grade.
Hi, my name is Warner Watson and I'm in 3rd grade.
This will be the pledge to the Texas flag.
Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state under God, one indivisible.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Always appreciate getting our students out to take care of that wonderful job that they do such a great job for us. Okay, we have a lot of spotlights tonight, and I'm going to turn the program over for a while to Barbara Ibarra. She's going to keep it smooth running, and because we've got an awful lot to recognize tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Stasny. As Dr. Merrill mentioned earlier, we're thrilled to have so many people here this evening. We are very fortunate to have such a great crowd. Our students will be entering through this door right over here, as well as our teacher spotlights. We do have staging areas out in the hallway for them. When your group is called, the students are going to come up here, and they're going to come over here to the Stamp and Repeat, where Mr. Falls will meet them for a photo op. So just know if you're there, you're in the photo. Okay? But parents, we're going to keep the meeting moving, even as they're taking their photos. The next group will be coming in as Mr. Stasny, the president, calls them forward, okay? Thank you so much for being here tonight. We're very pleased to see you all. Thank you.
But parents can position themselves to get your pictures.
Yes.
And any board members, if you want to be involved in some of the photo, just feel free to go down if you'd like for some or a lot. So we're going to start out. Barbara, are we ready to proceed? Where'd she go?
Just working on the plug.
Okay. Oh, there you are. Are we ready to proceed or still getting set up?
Is the sign.
Okay. We're ready to roll. All right. First, I want to recognize Truist Bank and Tim Pavlis. They sweeten the pot here on some of these spotlight or these awards with a gift certificate. So we appreciate their involvement. They've been doing this for a long time. The first to be recognized is Kathy Riley from which school? I guess this, is that Navarro? Okay, Navarro Elementary, and Amy Thoman will be introducing.
Johnson or Navarro?
Navarro first.
Yes.
Tomorrow first.
I'm introducing our May Teacher of the Month. Her name is Barbara Darnell, and she's one of our fourth grade teachers. She started at Navarro as an instructional assistant, and it was very quick that we noticed the passion that she had for teaching and having kids struggle and learn. And she has been a teacher on our campus for a few years. She was second grade and did such an amazing job that we moved her to fourth grade this year. I can't tell you what a wonderful job she has done with our kids, with our students, with our parents. She creates such a loving environment, but holds those kids accountable every single day. They don't have to decide if it's okay to do something today or tomorrow because it's always the same. Barbara Darnell, she is an amazing teacher.
Okay, I think we can get back on track here. I think a little out of order. The next teacher is Violeta Gonzalez and from Johnson Elementary, and she will be introduced by Amy Thoman.
Hi, I'm Amy Thoman, the proud principal at Johnson, and I could talk your ear off on how fabulous Violeta is, but I have some Jaguars that I think will do a better job. You can do this way.
Miss Gonzalez is special because she cares for me. She helps me grow.
So close.
And then the last one, as of a week, she is now officially an Aggie, so all my Aggies in the house. And I may have to ask for forgiveness, but we have a thing at Johnson where we love some awesome deaths. So boys and girls on count three. 1, 2, 3. Yay!
All right. Before y'all leave, y'all clean that mess up, okay? Just kidding, guys. All right.
He's like, Fred, did we do it?
All right, we're going to go ahead and move on to the Secondary Teacher of the Month. Teacher is Christian Runyon, and presenter is Lane Boobin, Principal.
Bryan High School is honored to present Ms. Kristen Runyon as our Teacher of the Month for May. Kristen has demonstrated exceptional qualities this school year, including achieving the highest level of TIA designation. Her ability to build strong relationships with her students has created a classroom environment where students feel challenged and safe to take risks. Ms. Runyon consistently displays an extraordinary work ethic and is always willing to take the extra mile to help a teacher, student, or even her instructional coach when needed. Her kindness, patience, and positive attitude spread to those around her, and Bryan High is lucky to have her on campus. However, she is quick to remind us she is the lucky one. Ms. Runyon is a joy to be around, and her students and coworkers would tell you the same thing. Congratulations.
All right, moving right along, we've got Auxiliary Employee of the Month, and the employee is Olivia Barreto, and the Assistant Director of School Nutrition Services, Bridget Young, will do the introduction.
Good evening. School Nutrition Services is proud to recognize Olivia Barreto as the May Auxiliary Employee of the Month. Since joining our team in August of 2017, Olivia has worked in various campuses across the district. She's a valuable team member who works hard to keep everything running smoothly, whether she's preparing meals, cleaning, or reorganizing. Olivia has learned many roles in the kitchen and is always ready to help her coworkers. Outside of work, Olivia enjoys camping, spending time outdoors, and nurturing her love of plants. She is a proud mother of 2 daughters. Olivia is dedicated to Bryan ISD students and staff, and we are truly admirable of her. Her contributions are greatly valued by the Mitchell cafeteria team and the entire district. Congratulations, Olivia, on well-deserved recognition. Your hard work, kindness, and commitment to making a lasting impact are great.
All right, we're moving on with, we've got Executive Director of Athletics, Derek Rush, coming up, and he's going to recognize the Rudder High School 4x1 relay team who participated in the state track meet.
Good evening. Over the past 4 years, the Rudder track program has consistently sent student athletes to compete in the UIL state track meet. The Wrights have done an outstanding job of building this program to the level that it is today. And so at this time, they're going to come around and introduce their players and talk a little bit about them. The Wrights.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jahai Wright. I'm the head boys track coach here at Rudder High School. These are 3 of our 4 members of our team. So we have far right, that is Rashad Harris. Then we have Jaquise Martin, and then Brandon Brown. Jaquise is our lone senior up here representing our 4x1 squad. Jaquise is going to go on to the University of Houston to play football in the fall. And then we have 2 up-and-coming juniors who will absolutely get a chance to compete at the collegiate level, just with their hard work and dedication that they've had over the last 3-4 years. We were able to do something that's really hard to make it to the state meet, especially in a 4x1. This was the fastest 4x1 in the history of the state that these guys competed in. We didn't get the results we wanted. We always, our goal is to get on that podium, but I thought our guys did really well. They represented Rudder the way that we talk about at the beginning of the year all the way through the end. You represent the R on your chest. So we're just super proud of these guys, and we're looking forward to what each and every one of these guys continue to do in the future.
And we're not quite through with Mr. Rush, I think. We've got the Rudder High gymnastics team, which participated at the state gymnastics meet. And I believe you're going to introduce head girls coach Jared Wiles, and I hope I got that right, and head boys coach Omar Lawyer.
The Rudder gymnastics program continued to be one of the top programs in the state. Under the leadership of Coach Wiles and Coach Laura, they have taken this program to the next level. And they also have extended training and support to these young student athletes. So at this time, Coach Wiles, who is the girls' head gymnastics coach, and Coach Laura, who is the boys' head gymnastics coach, will come around and introduce their players.
Good evening, school board members. My name is Omar Lawyer. I'm the boys' head coach. Next to me is Coach Wiles. He is the girls' head coach. We'd like to first acknowledge and thank the school board for y'all's continued support of the middle school and high school gymnastics program. It's unique to Bryan, Texas, and Bryan ISD, and so we want to say thank you. Also want to say thank you to the Executive Director of Athletics, Mr. Derek Rush, and the Assistant Athletic Director, Josh Woodall, for their support and guidance that they offered to us throughout the season. Without y'all's support and the guidance, we wouldn't have such a successful program. On to the team. I want to introduce each team, and then I will talk about our accolades that we got at the state meet. We had 1 freshman, Benjamin Farnsworth, and then we had sophomore Brady Chavez, junior Michael Farnsworth, and we had 3 seniors, Elijah Acosta, David Hernandez, and Aldo Rios. These fine young men have worked all year and at the regional meet qualified as a team to compete at the state championships. We went, just like with track, we really had a great plan and we try to execute it, but state is state, and it's very difficult to do well. But we did have some high earners on the floor exercise. Elijah took 4th place on the floor. On pommel horse, Michael Farnsworth also took 4th place. And on vault, Elijah took 3rd. He got the bronze, which is a big deal. Most of the students or most of the athletes that competed per event was in the 70s to 80s athletes. So to be in the top 10 is something. We made it in the top 5. These guys are outstanding. And as a team, out of 12 teams, we took 9. So we're going to keep working and building on success for next year. Thank you.
Coach, did the Farnsworth dad, is he in gymnastics? I thought so. So y'all are second generation BISD gymnastics?
Yes, the Farnsworth are second generation, yes. Their dad, Michael, competed back in the day. Yep, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead, Coach Watson.
Awesome.
On the girls' side this year, we had a very, very young team of mostly freshmen and sophomores, led by our lone upperclassman, senior Mabry Chavez. Mabry showed exceptional leadership throughout the year, building up her young teammates into a truly competitive team. She, in addition to being extremely good leader, she also was a solid and consistent competitor, where she found the award stand at pretty much every meet we competed in this year, culminating at her best performance of the year this year at the regional championships. At regionals, she scored her personal high score in 5 of the 8 routines she performed, and also had personal high scores in the all-around on both days of the 2-day competition. After all of that, she finished in 3rd place all-around at the regional championships, placing her well inside the top 8 who qualified to move on to the state championships. She had another solid performance at the state championships, and while she didn't quite make the award stand on any events, she competed with pride and poise and was a tremendous representative of what Rudder Gymnastics and Bryan ISD is all about. We are extremely proud of her and all of her accomplishments in the last 4 years, and look forward to seeing her grow and blossom further as she begins classes this fall at Texas A&M University.
That's very impressive. Had quite a run in gymnastics. We're going to move on to recognition of the Texas State History Day winners and National History Day qualifiers. And we have Lisa Mouton to handle that for us. Thank you.
Thank you. I am the Social Studies Coordinator for Bryan ISD, and with me I have Leslie Holtkamp. Dr. Holtkamp is our CNI Coordinator. And we wanted to recognize 9 of our students from Texas State History Day who collectively won 5 awards at the state level, and several of them are moving on to the national level. We have from the elementary division, Eli Bianski, who won the Dr. Charles Pipes History of Veterinary Medicine Award. And then we have in the senior division, in the group exhibit category, we have Savannah Accarto, Serenity Accarto, and Zoe Mauricio, who won the World War II and the Pacific Award, as well as the Naval Order of the United States Award. And for their Naval Order Award, they are moving on to the national division of that competition. And then also in the senior division group performance, we have the group Gavin Neff, Juan Martinez, Sofia Spaniel, Eleanor Abbott, and Sofia Paez, who won the C.M. Caldwell Memorial Award, as well as placing first in the senior division group performance. And they will be presenting their award at the national competition at the University of Maryland next month.
Wow.
And the list goes on and on. We've got next, you heard some really beautiful music before the meeting, and we're going to, I believe, recognize Los Vikingos having advanced to state for UIL Mariachi for, I don't know, ever since they started it, I think. Anyway, it's been a while. What's this, year 9?
Yes, year 9. Good evening. My name is James Mosqueda, and tonight I am here to recognize the hard work of these students, Bryan High School's Mariachi Los Vikingos, which I am the proud director of. I would like to firstly thank you, the board. Without your support for our students and programs, we could not do what we do. And it's because of that support we are able to have mariachi programs at both of the high schools, Rudder and Bryan High, that offer fine arts, and at both middle schools, SFA and Davila. For the 9th year in a row, and since its inception, Mariachi Los Vikingos has advanced to the State UIL Mariachi Festival. And we are so proud of these students and how they represent Bryan ISD to the state. And we cannot thank you enough, and we really do appreciate it. So, thank you.
They want us to stand up.
If the board will please stand, we're going to go ahead and do a photo with the whole group. Yes, thank you. Right there in front of the dais.
It's on chair.
All right, we've got now recognition of career and technical student organizations. We have Assistant Director of Career Technical Education, Laura King, joined by Parker Knudsen and Casey Marchant.
Good evening. Thank you for having us here tonight as we celebrate just a portion of our student success from this year. Here shortly, I'm going to have Parker and Casey bring each of the individual groups and their advisors up to recognize them. But before we begin with those acknowledgments, I'm proud to announce that Parker Knudsen, our CTE program specialist, has been selected as the Joy of Teaching Award winner by the Give Joy Foundation. Parker. Parker was chosen out of over 70 local applicants, a true testament to the incredible impact he makes on our schools each and every day. This award honors educators who spread joy throughout their daily tasks, and Parker embodies that spirit through his dedication, innovation, and passion for student success. Please join me in congratulating him on this outstanding recognition.
My kid still thinks you're the best. I just want you to know. I mean, that's a well-deserved award.
The super safe trebuchet that we made for the Renaissance Festival, I'm sure that did it.
Memorable.
For sure. All right, as we said, just a little bit of the success that we've had this year for CTE. And first up, I'm going to invite Ms. Karen McMillan and Valeria Reyes up here for TSA for photography. She is a state champion in portrait photography, actually, through Technology Student Association. Congratulations. Next up, we have Stephen F. Austin Middle School. Our advisors, Mr. Ross Baldridge and Mrs. Noelle Ward. We have 5 state champions here. We have Jackson Hines and Jonathan Medlock with electrical applications, state champions, and they'll be qualifying for nationals as well. And then Enrique Gomez and Noah Condi will be competing in problem solving. They were state champions as well, making it to the national level. And then last but not least, Mackenzie Anderson is a state champion in desktop publishing and specifically business cards. So if you need a business card, Mackenzie can help you out there with our Principles of Business class with Ms. Ward. So thank you all. Congratulations.
Okay, up next we have our TSA national qualifiers from Davila Middle School. The advisors are Joshua Trevino, Robert Wilson, and David Sproles. Students, we had Ashby Bullock, Karen Jamal, Frederick Coleman, Melanie Negrete. They qualified in the teams contest. They will be competing this summer at the national contest. And then we also had Rihanna Niclarde and Aurelia Escalera. They qualified in structural engineering. So we wish these students and the advisors best of luck at the national contest. Okay, and I also want to recognize Mr. Joshua Trevino was the State Technical Student Association Advisor of the Year. And he
You need to wear it around your neck. We'll get you a chain.
Our national list was a little bit longer.
Lights up.
We're good. No.
Okay.
All righty, up next. Oh, go ahead.
Is that supposed to happen? I've never seen this dark in here.
Somebody's leaning on the light. Somebody hit the light.
Yeah. Lean on the switch. We didn't pay our BTU bill.
It's a budget cut.
Okay, we have some Davila state champions to recognize. So again, the advisors were Josh Trevino, Robert Wilson, David Sproles. These are some of our state champion projects. So we have Melanie Negrete, Aurelia Escalera, Christopher Balderas, Perla Pena, Sukri Collins, Angela Gallegos, Ruby Lopez, Benjamin Tirado, Martin Mendoza, Rebecca Saldana, Jasmine Sandoval, Kayla Shallow, Daniela Tirado Vega, Johanna Torres Barboza, and Serena Trevino. Congratulations, you guys.
All right, next up we have SFA Esports team. Their team is actually composed of two different video games that they play, Overwatch and Rocket League. Last year, they did get the state championship in Overwatch, and so this year there was a repeat for 2024, 2025, so they have a fall season and a spring season. So the Overwatch team actually won state championship in both seasons this year, and then the Rocket League team won the state championship this spring season as well.
Wow.
So our advisors for that are David Mancha, Mark McDonald, and Tyler Glantz, who wasn't able to make it tonight.
Would you have them step forward or wave whenever you call their name so we'll know?
For sure, yeah.
Please, sir.
So if y'all would step forward when I call your name. Benjamin Requena. Vincent Rubalcaba. Colin Ware. Haley Vance. Cameron Busa. Christopher Green. Cyan Mithil. Lucas Escobedo. And Jonathan Alvarado. Congratulations, guys. Our next group to come in will be our Bryan High Welding Monster Jam Build-Off team.
Yay!
Our instructor is Christopher Lady, and as you can tell, some of them, I think, Mr. Lady, did you get to make it home in time? Okay, no, straight from the shop today. I actually got a chance to drop them off this morning at Brazos Valley Auto Restoration. Today was final filming day and pretty much the last day of full build activities. So they got on the bus after I picked them up this afternoon. I said, "You guys smell like the shop." For sure. It was windows down all the way back, that's for sure. So they've been working hard. So specifically, they've had since, I guess, September. They've been building a third scale monster truck partnered with Monster Jam and Northern Tool, sponsored by DeWalt, Milwaukee, a lot of the top brand tools. And so June 7th, they're actually going to be displaying their monster truck at the Monster Jam event. They'll have pit passes. They've been a part of the crew. The crew's been actually coming up to some of the monster truck drivers and helping them. And so they've actually got the truck outside on the trailer. If you get a chance to take a look, it's amazing. So those, if you would step forward when I call your name: Alondra Cruz, Alan Garza Galvan, Carson Geese, Juan Daniel Quiroga, Joel Rios, Peyton Stone, Riley Zock, Carson Dodd, Noah Drager, Caleb Gates, Noah Hengiger, Zane Nelson, Cedric Robinson Jr., and Nathaniel Surley. Congratulations, guys.
Man, that's so cool.
Great job, guys. So is that, oh, we're still going here. Okay.
We have a few more. Bear with us. We're trying to make it quick. All right, our next recognition is going to be another national qualifier from Rudder High School. The advisor is Mr. Justin Barrett. He's in our computer science program at Rudder High School, and our student is Mr. Michael Farnsworth. He has qualified for the National Skills USA contest in computer programming. So congratulations, Michael. All right. We have two more national qualifiers from our CTEC facility. So Mr. John Gerzik is the advisor for this group of young ladies. We have Miss Maxine Khalil and Paige Cerny. They qualified for nationals in robotics and automation technology. And if you guys have ever been out to our CTEC facility and you've seen the manufacturing lab out there to see these young ladies work on the machines and just their knowledge and their skill set that they have, we wish them the best of luck at the national contest.
Yay. Woo-hoo. Go girls.
All right, up next we have our third time national qualifying Viking Pit Smoker barbecue team.
Yay. So,
Smell it in the air.
yeah, did they smell on the way over here too? Like,
Unfortunately, they didn't have practice today.
They
So
didn't cancel them out.
no, but you can smell it through the bistro, that's for sure, when they are. So yes, again, our third time qualifying national barbecue team here at Bryan High with our advisor, Chef Brad Dees, and Joshua Neubauer as well, who was unable to make it tonight. And tonight, if you would step forward when I call your name, we're going to honor Cameron Caldwell, Rodolfo Menchaca, and wasn't able to make it tonight, Eli Robinson. Congratulations, guys.
Okay, last but not least, we have some FFA state qualifying teams, some of which have already competed and others that will compete later on this summer. So tonight with us, we have advisors Ms. Autumn Hagan, Mr. Dalton Quinn, and Ms. Cassie Redding. These advisors were critical in training the students in preparing them for these contests. And if you're familiar with FFA, you know how big of a feat it is to get these kids to the state level. So we wanted to recognize them tonight. And I'll just call the names of the young ladies here. So Miss Riley Stokes. She was on the livestock judging team and the ag sales team that qualified for state. They competed and did very well. And then we have Miss Micaiah Williams. And she will compete in July at the state FFA convention in Fort Worth, Texas. So we wish her the best of luck in the senior public speaking speech that she's going to present.
yay.
Thank you.
Woohoo.
Okay, is that all y'all got? Not that many people actually see this meeting, but some of you out there, maybe social media influencers, this is just a small part of the opportunities in Bryan ISD, and not a lot of people just have no clue as to all the opportunities that do exist. So please spread the word. the public needs to know how valuable Bryan ISD is, public schools in general, and we would love very dearly if y'all would help again spread the word on that, because it's a message worth hearing, that and more people need to know about it. Without further ado, we have Sarah Braden, who's the Executive Director of Bryan ISD Education Foundation. And there's going to be a recognition of district staff who have been awarded the Bryan ISD Education Foundation Paraprofessional Scholarships and Alternative Teacher Certification Scholarships.
Okay. Good evening. Thank you for the opportunity to share some exciting news as we recognize and celebrate the incredible dedication of our educators and future teachers. We are proud to announce that a total of $260,000 in scholarships is being awarded through 2 key initiatives aimed at growing and supporting our educator pipeline. First, we are thrilled to award 2 $20,000 scholarships to outstanding paraprofessionals who are pursuing their undergraduate degrees in education. The first recipient is Taylor Baker, who works as an ICS teacher at Rudder High School. Unfortunately, Taylor is homesick. Otherwise, she really wanted to be here tonight. Our second recipient is Anisha Gray, who works as a sales classroom teacher at Kemp Carver Elementary School. Anisha is a Bryan ISD alumni and has worked for Bryan ISD for 26 years. Yeah, bring everybody. It's worth celebrating. These scholarships will help both of these women take the next step towards becoming certified teachers, and we couldn't be more proud of their commitment to Bryan ISD. She's got lots of love out there. I love that. In addition to these 2 paraprofessional scholarships, we are awarding 62 alternative certification scholarships. Of these, our top 4 applicants will receive $5,000, which will fully cover their certification tuition. The recipients of this scholarship are Elizabeth Barrientos, who works in DAEP. Congratulations. The second one is Megan Paisley from Rudder High School. Then we have Jessica Walker, also from Rudder High School.
Go, Coach Walker!
And last but certainly not least, we have Alana Chavez from Sam Rayburn Intermediate School. Beyond these top awards, 58 additional degreed paraprofessionals or District of Innovation teachers will each receive partial funding to cover the majority of their certification cost. We are excited to announce that each of these 58 applicants will receive $3,450. Yeah, you can clap for that. This money will all be put towards their certification goals. If you are one of our award recipients, please stand to be recognized. These scholarships represent a strategic investment in our future, supporting passionate, skilled individuals as they transition into certified teaching roles. We are proud of every recipient and grateful for their dedication to our students, schools, and Bryan ISD. Thank you for helping us share this news with the community. And once again, congratulations to all of our awardees. We invite all of our alternative certification award recipients to come forward at this time for a quick group photo. We can just kind of congregate back here.
Okay, thank you.
Looks like we are.
Here.
Oh.
We can do this.
I don't think we have to. I think we'll be all right.
We're going to call 3 ambulances, please.
Yeah, get up on that. I can't get up there. I won't be able to get back down.
I might get up.
I can't get back down.
Ginger. And should we go down there? Should we go down there and see?
No, I think they said it was here.
Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. We got another one. Okay. Go another
Come on down.
Go another row.
Come on down.
I was asking if we need to go down. This Mervis is trying to mark the spotlight. You gotta watch it. It's like so far from the truth.
Congratulations. Get to
They
work.
were clearing the room now.
Give me 5. Give me 5. Yay. Tell your grandmommy and granddaddy I said I'm so proud of you.
Good. Yes.
The Education Foundation is completely separate from Bryan ISD. It's a volunteer board. They raise money, they work hard, and this is what they're able to do, and this is not all they do. They do an awful lot more with the individual grants to teachers and so on. So we are incredibly grateful that they are so active and doing such a great job for us.
President Stasny, something I noticed, that a lot of who just got those scholarships are the children of our teachers or former teachers. I see a lot of the friends I taught with out there, and they're so proud because their children just stood up. Yay.
Okay, the next item on our agenda, we're going to go ahead and move along, is our superintendent update. Ms. Carabine?
Thank you, Mr. Stasny. I'd just like to echo a huge appreciation to our Education Foundation. Thank you for the investment in our staff who are serving our students so well. I'm going to make this brief because I felt like we've had a whole night of shining the light on our amazing students, and none of that could be possible without our incredible staff. So thank you to the teachers, sponsors, directors, coaches, you name it, for making things happen for our kids. But we've been busy. It's the last week of school, but we're going full throttle. Many of us just attended the Bryan Collegiate High School College program. This is a great day to celebrate. Every single student graduating from Bryan Collegiate High School had a 100% college acceptance rate. So just another testament to the great things happening in Bryan ISD. Last week, we also celebrated Rudder High School. They had 11 student athletes signing to play at the next level. And speaking of signing to play at the next level, Coach Rush has shared that he was just informed that Bryan ISD just set a record with the number of kids signing to play at the next level. In fact, we had 19 students from Bryan High School and 19 students from Rudder High School for a total of 38 students signing to take their talent to another level. So a big round of applause to our athletics department.
Yay.
Not to brag, but the sports reporter told Coach Rush that that was the largest number in the Brazos Valley. So 38 kids in Bryan ISD, congratulations, very proud. Also signing, we had a student, Christian Eddington at Bryan High School, proudly signed to the musicians department at North Texas. That's a really big deal, another type of signing. And last but not least, when we talk about signing and taking their talent, we had 3 students in our CTE program that signed to enter the workforce with a high wage, high demand, targeted occupation. So we're shining the light on all of our kids going on to the next level. Speaking of, thank you, it is worth applause.
Speaking of next level, we're so proud of Bryan ISD as a district. We were nominated and then recognized as a semifinalist by the HEB Excellence in Education Award. This is a tremendous recognition for all of our teachers, our students, our school board, and our parent and community at large. There were over 2,000 school districts nominated across the state of Texas. Out of these 2,000 school districts, Bryan ISD was among only 25 to receive the award, putting us in the top 2% of all school districts in the state of Texas. So a huge congratulations to Bryan ISD. Just one more congratulations to Parker Knutson receiving the Give Joy Award for teaching. He is the epitome of giving and serving our community and positioning our kids for success. And last but not least, I can't believe it, but we have 4 graduations this week. It's always bittersweet to say goodbye to the students that we love and care about so much. And with that, I'd like to congratulate at Bryan Collegiate High School, valedictorian Marlene Lopez Tovar will be graduating, again, representing us as our valedictorian, attending Texas A&M University. Also from Bryan Collegiate High School, salutatorian Madison Pierce, also attending Texas A&M University. Representing Bryan High School, valedictorian Olivia Shear, attending Seton Hall University. Salutatorian from Bryan High, Emily Heslop, attending Texas A&M University. And last but not least, representing Rudder High School, our valedictorian Natalia Sanchez Zuniga, attending University of Texas, and salutatorian Caleb Eichmann, attending Texas A&M University. We're proud of our valedictorians and salutatorians, and all of our students, over 1,000, will graduate between Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So job well done, students and staff. Thank you, Mr. Stasny.
Thank you, Carol. Okay, we now will move to some board committee reports. Teaching and Learning Committee. I believe we're going to have a split report from Ms. Benford and Ms. Waller.
Yes, Teaching and Learning Committee, we met May the 6th via Zoom, and the board members present, Ms. Benford, Ms. Waller, Mr. Gonzalez, and Mr. Gonzalez was there at the meeting in Dr. Harlan's absence. She was out of town, I think on your honeymoon, as a matter of fact, so congratulations, Ms. Wolf, now. Staff members present, Ginger Carabine and Dr. Barbara Ybarra. We started by talking about the purchase requests over $50,000, which usually our committees run by the committees we break down in as a board, because we have to understand and approve any purchases over $50,000. So Dr. Ybarra explained to us that there will be some supplemental services related to teaching and learning that will be presented in the June workshop for information and then considered in the June 9th meeting. The administration is carefully reviewing each request for evidence of usage and impact to ensure the requested purchases are delivering on expected outcomes. And also letting us know in the place which items we're giving up so that we understand we're losing one, maybe making another purchase in their place. Something that could be of interest, school start and end times being considered for the 25-26 school year. In response to the feedback regarding transportation services particularly, administration will be presenting tonight a minor, we'll see, minor adjustment to the school day at some campuses to allow for more efficient operations of transportation. In preparing this option, administration assured campuses would still open the doors at the same time in the coming year so that parents who drop students off would not be impacted at all. So we sure want all our parents and the people who are in charge of bringing the children to school, nothing's going to change as far as when the school's open for drop-off time.
And then one bit of exciting news for us to celebrate again tonight. We received notification that the City of Bryan awarded our Project Hope Division a community development block grant. And for those of you that don't know, Project Hope is part of our school. They help our students that are homeless and have unstable living situations by offering them clothing, food, school supplies, whatever they might need. And so we're excited about that.
And
That is it,
that's covered?
Mr. Stasny.
Okay, thank you very much. Next is the Executive Board Committee report, and I believe Mr. Bryan will handle that.
The Executive Board Committee meeting occurred on May 14th at 2 p.m. in our superintendent's office. Board members present, Mr. Stasny, Ms. Benford, myself, staff, Mrs. Carabine, Dr. Merrill, Dr. Ibarra, Mr. Besaw, and Mrs. Friddle. Topics discussed: the Bond Steering Committee update. We received an update on the Bond Steering Committee's feedback and progress to date, which is available on the district's website. There will be a meeting that will likely occur, or possibly meetings into June. The legislature has several potential bills that may impact our recommendations received from the committee. And additionally, the committee wants to dive deeper into some of the potential projects and estimated costs to fully understand the scope. Also discussed, and we received an update on the JEDI process and agreement, and more will be discussed this evening in closed session. We received a staffing update, and we are in the interview process for current vacancies. 2 principal positions will be on the agenda for this evening for consideration. And also received an update on board goals and key performance indicators as it relates to progress and the upcoming formative evaluation of our superintendent. Discussion about the Texas Strategic Leadership Initiative that will support the district in development of future goals and indicators. That is all.
Thank you, Mr. Bryan. We now move to an information item regarding the hours of instruction and operation for schools, and I believe Dr. Barbara Ibarra and Interim Executive Director of Operations Pat Corbett are going to present.
Thank you, Mr. Stasny. This evening, we'd like to bring forward to the board some feedback that we received from stakeholders and our solution for responding to that feedback. And thank you, Mrs. Waller, for the summary earlier. It is a minor change to the operational minutes of schools, but one we wanted to talk about tonight with everybody. So when we look at our school start and end times, that's pretty important to the community, but mostly we look at how it impacts our students as well. So children first always, so we're looking at the academic success, making sure we have enough minutes of instruction to fully educate students to the curriculum standards of the state of Texas, looking at their health and well-being, and then just looking at what those needs are for students. We do have required operational and instructional minutes by the state of Texas. Each year, we must satisfy 75,600 minutes. Back in the day, it used to be the number of days you went to school. A few years back, Texas changed it to minutes. So how many minutes can we account for? And with that, we want to build in days to make sure we can make up bad weather days without having to go into those summer months to make up those days. So all that comes into consideration, as well as the family impact. When we're talking with Mr. Corbett and the transportation team about when should school begin, we also have a pretty large geographic footprint, so we want to make sure that our little pre-K kiddos aren't getting on the bus too early, and making sure that it's appropriate to their health and well-being and their developmental age. Then, of course, our staff impact, making sure they can get to work and also take care of their own small children and by dropping them off at school prior to coming. So some of the feedback we've received this year and things that stakeholders across the board want to ensure are happening in Bryan ISD. We want to ensure that students who utilize transportation services, this seems pretty reasonable, arrive before school begins. And we also want to make sure they have time to get breakfast before said school begins. We want to ensure that parents who are dropping off students are able to get to work on time. Again, that seems like a pretty reasonable request. We want to ensure that buses are able to pick up students when the school day is over and get them home in a timely manner, so they do not wait at their campus for 20, 30 minutes for the bus to arrive and then make their way home on a bus route. To the extent possible, we want to align the number of instructional minutes across campus levels so that it's roughly the same number of minutes for a school day, no matter what grade that you're in. And to the extent possible, making sure that staff members can take care of their own small children before coming to work if they need childcare services or daycare. To be able to accomplish all of that magic, Mr. Corbett's going to speak a little bit about a transportation analysis to help us be more efficient with our systems.
Thank you. So earlier this year, we contracted with a company called Transpar to do an analysis of our transportation department to see where we could become more efficient and some of the big things that we needed to work on. And a couple of the big things that came out of it was we just did not have time in between our elementary and our secondary school bell times. We did not have time to run a route and get our kids to school on time on a regular basis. Some kids were getting there, but we just didn't have time. The recommendation was to have at least 60 minutes of time between the campuses so that our buses could leave one school, go out, pick up another set of kids, and get back to the school on time. So that 60 minutes was something that we were looking at when we came up with some start and stop times. And the other big thing is some of our campuses are not as efficient at loading for various reasons. Most are, but there are some things that we can do better, and that's something that we're going to be working with our school leadership department on, making sure that our buses are not, the students are ready to go when the bell rings. And then as a transportation department, we're going to do our job to make sure our buses are there when they're supposed to be. So if you look at our start and stop times, we proposed several different schedules in order to give us that 60 minutes. So these are the times that we decided had the least amount of impact on the current change to the current bell schedule and still giving us our 60 minutes. So our elementary schools will just be starting 5 minutes earlier. Their school day will remain exactly the same. Our intermediate schools were shortening their school day by 5 minutes. There was a 10-minute difference in their bells in the afternoon, and that 10 minutes really caused a lot of issues for our transportation routers to get from intermediate schools to deliver students and get back to the secondary campus. And so then our middle schools will be starting 10 minutes later, but middle school will be ending at the same time, and high schools will also be starting 10 minutes later, but going 5 minutes longer. So as Dr. Ybarra pointed out, it does actually balance the instructional days. If you'll see, the surplus days are a lot more even across all of our campuses now. So we don't have teachers at one grade level working a longer contract.
Just a little bit of trivia that you may or may not have on the top of your head. How many miles do our buses run each school day?
I couldn't tell you right off the top of my head.
Okay. Anybody know?
Supposedly it's the equivalent of New York to Los Angeles back to New York
It is a lot.
every day.
I think that's right, yeah. Yeah, it's a crazy number. We're going to go. Sorry to hit you cold like that, but.
I appreciate that.
But
Corbett,
that's.
you let us down. Oh, my gosh.
So with those proposed changes, we, of course, got feedback on how those would impact various stakeholder groups. We talked to our campus administrators, and Mr. Corbett was gracious to answer many of their questions about when should they expect buses to arrive, so they had staff there to take care of the students, and same thing at the end of the school day as well. We visited with Mrs. Carabine's parent leadership team and got feedback from them. Overwhelmingly, it was not a big impact for most families. It's 6 of one, half dozen of another, depending on where your kids are at. But for the most part, they felt like it was a minor change, especially given, and this is important, if you go back and look at this slide, the school doors open at the same time as they do right now. So if you need to get to work on time, even though school's starting maybe 10 minutes later, the school doors still open at the same time as they did this year. So for a family who's dropping off prior to work, it should not be impacting them in any negative way. And then we also talked to all of the curriculum team, instructional side of the house, to make sure that we're covering the number of minutes. There are certain rules about how many minutes each class must be at certain grade levels. And so it still can meet all of those minutes. It'll be a little tight for some transitions at the high schools, but they're making it right now work with their proposed bell schedules. And then, of course, we're here this evening to receive any feedback from the Board of Trustees and what you might have before we move forward. So are there any questions that Mr. Corbett or myself can answer for you?
10,000 miles, sir.
He forgot. He just remembered. I'm quite impressed.
That's why I'm interim.
Anybody? Well,
Thank you for all
thank
the
you
hard
very
work
much.
all the work y'all put into this. I know
Yes,
this
that's
was not
very,
easy.
very important.
Thank you very much.
Sometimes we forget about the logistics of just getting kids to and from school. Our soon-to-retire Assistant Superintendent of Business Services, Kevin Besaw, and the person who will be transitioning in, Norma Friddle, will, I hope I got that spelled, did I pronounce that right? Friddle. Okay, all right.
She said it's Riddle with an F. Is that right, Ms. Friddle?
Okay,
Is that what you told us last
yeah. Will give us an update on the budget development status for 2025, which has been a real simple, easy process because the legislature, as usual, has cooperated beautifully in telling us exactly what to expect. Oh, I made that up. Anyway, go ahead.
I was going to say you have different information than I have, but hopefully hopefully they're trending in that direction. But no, it has been a difficult challenge, as you've said. I'm going to go through just preview a little bit of some of the things we've already talked about, just to make sure we're all on the same page, aware of what we've discussed here before, what we've discussed with the campuses, the district leadership teams, any of the Ms. Carabine's groups that we meet with, the parent advisory, superintendent, all of those committees. We've talked to all of them, try to make sure that everybody understands where we are and exactly what we're dealing with and what we're up against. And again, we always want to keep in mind the reasons that we're doing this, right? We're going to support a high-quality instruction and those resources, and retain a high-quality, recruit a high-quality workforce, maintain a healthy fund balance, which we need that. That's part of our first rating, and you want to have something to fall back on should things get worse, which we hope not, but you never know. And then safety and security now is always a top priority in what we're talking about. This is just a timeline of where we've been, the budget and legislative timeline. You can see 22-23, we started out with a negative budget adoption, and the 23 legislative session ended with no decisions on anything really to do with school funding, and went on to 4 special sessions, didn't complete any of that. There was no additional funding. We moved through 23-24 and then 24-25. Of course, the January 25 legislative session is ongoing now. I'm going to turn it over in a minute to Ms. Friddle to go through the legislative update as to where we are at this time, and there's some changes, things that have come out just recently, as recent as this weekend. And again, all of the things, we make sure that everyone understands this is not a Bryan ISD problem. It's there's many schools in Texas that are having similar issues, or many of them even worse. And it's not even just Texas. It's really a nationwide dilemma that public education is seeing as far as funding for our schools. And then make sure that we're talking about, we have really the 3 type of funds: local funds, our bond funds, and grant funds. Tonight, mostly we're talking about the local funds. That's our property tax revenue and our state funding. And then make sure that, that funds our day-to-day operations, not the buildings and the other things that we, facilities and that would be through the bond fund. So tonight we're talking mainly local fund and day-to-day operations, and working on maintaining our fund balance to be sure we have at least 60 to 90 days of operating at all times. And then we can't go without mentioning the CUP, of course, which sets our amount of our funding, the $61.60 per student, and of course that's based on 100% attendance. It's reduced for every day that they're not in attendance, and then the local property taxes fill that to a certain point. The state fills the rest of that CUP. And then we go make sure that everyone understands our local property values go up. That doesn't bring in extra money for the district. It just reduces the money that the state funds. And we've gotten our preliminary property values, and they have gone up again. In prior years, prior to 2019, that would be a good thing for us. That would have meant extra revenue for us, but it no longer means that. It just means the state will fund less of our funds. And then just to talk again about the inflation and the basic allotment, really hasn't changed there. You can see in the chart the inflation lines go up behind the cups there. The cup has really stayed in the same amount, same size. And some of the things that have happened as far as inflation-wise that the district is dealing with. And just as a point of interest, if the Texas legislature had accounted for inflation, increased the basic allotment to match that, that would have been approximately $15 to $16 million in additional revenue to the district. And then we just talk about some of the examples of mandates that we have, but underfunded mandates. So that when the governor talks about how much money we receive and all of those things in the different mandates or the different allotments and things that we get besides the basic allotment, you can see transportation is a large one there. The allotment is about 1.4 million, and our actual cost to run the transportation department for the year is a little over 6 million. So that one's severely underfunded. Safety and security is another one, which Ms. Friddle will talk about in a minute. There is an adjustment to that in one of the bills that's coming forward. It would actually raise our state allotment and security from 521,000 to about 1.1 million. That's double, but you can still see there the cost just for our SROs and our safety, our armed security on the elementary to cover every campus is just about $2 million in itself. So 1.1 is better. It's a little over half, but it still is short of meeting that need. And those are mandates from the state to cover those. And then this is the main, what Texas Public Schools financial challenges, but it's also even statewide and nationwide. We had record inflation, the end of the ESSER grants, which was the relief funds that were to help get through the challenge of COVID, and then no change in the basic allotment since 2019, and that equals the statewide financial challenge of Texas Public Schools. And I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Friddle now to go over the legislative update at this time.
Good evening, Mr. President, board members, and Mrs. Carabine. Tonight I'll be providing some key legislative developments from the most recent session, specifically those affecting school finance. And then we'll talk through what these changes could mean for our district moving forward. So on May the 3rd, the legislature approved Governor Abbott's school voucher plan, introducing a major change in how public school funds are allocated for private education. Eligible families can receive $10,000 or $11,500 if the student has a disability. And just a quick reminder that private schools are permitted to select a nationally recognized assessment of their choice, and they are not subject to federal and state laws regarding students with disabilities. Okay, so what are some of the highlights and revisions made to House Bill 2 that were originally proposed? And before I continue, let me remind you that just to combat inflation, districts need an additional $1,300 increase to the raise in the basic allotment. I'm sorry, districts need an additional $1,300 increase to the basic allotment. So one of the major amendments was reducing the basic allotment from $395 to $55. I heard an expression today that says that the counterproposal was like throwing a cup of water at a burning house. In other words, this is completely inadequate in addressing the major crisis that our Texas school districts are facing. So let's go through some of the other specifics. The teacher retention allotment for classroom teachers. So there is nothing for teachers with 0 to 2 years of experience or any other staff. There's a $2,500 increase for each classroom teacher with 3 to 4 years experience, $5,500 for each classroom teacher with more than 5 years of experience. And just as a recap, there's about $255 million for charter schools facility funding, and there is also an increase for school safety. This amended bill also prohibits uncertified teachers in the core curriculum for the 26-27 school year. So if the current version were to pass as amended, it would produce about $6.7 million in additional funding. I don't have a little red light here, that's okay. So let's go through some of those big ticket items. So one of the major variables here is that we are starting with an ADA of $14,450, which is pretty conservative. That's about where we're at right now. Okay, so you can see the increase in the regular program allotment of about $629,000. The next big ticket item is special education evaluation allotment for about $731,000. And if you keep kind of scrolling down the aisle there, you'll see a line item for the teacher retention allotment of $4,365,000. So between the special education evaluation and the teacher retention allotment, that makes up about 75% of the total increase that our school district would realize if this amended version were to pass. So to put that into numbers, outside of that, we would have about $1.6 million to address raises for all other staff. With that $1.6 million, we would need to make that stretch to make sure that our property insurance increases are covered with that, and any other increases that the district could face. So $1.6 million. I do recall that we did adopt a deficit budget of $6 million this year. So you can kind of see that 1.6 is not going to take us very far. Too much doom and gloom here. All right, so as a quick recap, let's look at the projected costs here for, once again, teachers 0 to 2 years of experience and all other non-teaching staff will not see an increase in their compensation. Teachers 3 to 4 years will see $2,500, and teachers 5 plus years of experience will see about $5,500. So, moving on. If you recall, there were some retention stipends that were sprinkled in the 24-25 school year. Employees received a $1,000 new teacher sign-on bonus. In September, employees saw 2% retention stipend, and that was for all employees. Nobody saw less than $500. In December, there was another round of those 2% retention stipends, and once again, nobody saw less than $500. And then in May, employees below pay grade A6, there was a 2% and not less than $500, again, for all employees. Employees in pay grades A6 and above received a 1% raise. So what is the price tag for these one-time retention payments? The price tag for that was approximately $7.2 million. So if we can think back on the 1.6 increase that we see for all employees in comparison to the 4.3, we pretty much we get there. So, I don't typically read off the slides here, but I do think that this one is worth reading. So due to no action at the state level and in consultation with TASB and TASBO, there is not information at this time to make any recommendations regarding compensation or possible retention stipends for the next school year. Decisions and information will be forthcoming as the legislative session unfolds. And one last final thought. Compensation is always based on available funding for that fiscal year. And in an effort to balance the budget, the district has practiced some cost containment strategies to include carefully reviewing each position before making hiring or replacement decisions. Speaking of reviewing each position carefully, if you recall, our district did invest in a financial platform called Skyward. And Skyward includes a module for staff planning. We have been working very hard behind the scenes to get all of our positions in. We've been working with HR, we've been working with technology, and God bless Jennifer Lemons. Where is she? Is she in here? No? Alan, okay. We have just an amazing team here. So between HR, technology, we have been auditing that staff planning file, putting every single position in there, and we need to touch every single position. We need to analyze all of our vacancies and see how we can streamline some of these operational efficiencies, make them just make them more efficient so that we can operate as optimally as we can. So we've been doing that, analyzing vacancies, refining the master schedule. We are considering all options to reduce expenditures at this time. Again, everything that we've been doing for the last couple of years, further reduction of staff, maybe through attrition, reviewing all positions for potential consolidation and cost savings. So here we are on the budget calendar timeline. As you can see, we are in the middle of May. We are deep in the mud, and we are publishing the budget hearing notice. Actually, that will happen later, but we have been sending campuses and departments their budgets out for review, and we will be coming back on June 2nd for a final update to the Board of Trustees budget. Hopefully by then, we will definitely have some better guidance on what the legislature is going to propose and what the governor is actually going to sign. But right now, it is very difficult to actually nail down or make a decision on any kind of compensation planning right now. I don't know really of any school districts in our area that have really nailed that down or have made any major announcements. So we're just we're in the same boat.
Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you. Great job.
All right, we do provide an opportunity for citizens to make comments about topics relevant to district business, either agenda or non-agenda items. Comments regarding specific personnel will be heard in closed session. Any comments be limited to 3 minutes. I have one request from Gail Masters, and this is regarding Kickstart Kids. Come on up. We need to move these up to the front of the meeting.
Currently, Kickstart Kids is at 3 of Bryan ISD campuses, Jane Long Intermediate, Rayburn Intermediate, and Davila Middle School. I'm asking the board, I know budget is a problem, if they could consider having Kickstart Kids at Stephen F. Austin Middle School as well. Just in the first year for my daughter at Jane Long, I've seen a lot of growth, development. She went to state, and I don't know, I've seen her grow tremendously over the last year, and I'd like to see that continue as she goes from Jane Long into Stephen F. Austin.
Okay.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Congratulations, doing so well.
All right, the next item is the consent agenda. There's not a lot there. We do have a couple of items. Board may remove any item from the consent agenda. If there, and if no items are removed, then I will entertain a motion to approve the consent.
Stasny, I move approval of all the items listed on the consent agenda.
Second.
Excuse me, a motion made by Mr. Gonzalez and seconded by Ms. Bedford. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Passed unanimously. We had one action item in addition to that, which I believe is not going to be considered tonight, so that's going to be removed and delayed for a later meeting. Just due to the fact that it was, we're not able to get some essential information, I believe, to deal with that. So now we will convene in closed session to discuss the following items as allowed by Texas Government Code, Chapter 551, .074, .071, and .087, and .0821. No voting will take place in closed session. Any action the board wishes to take as a result of discussion in closed session will occur after the meeting reconvenes in the open meeting. The time is now 7:21. How's that?
Sorry, that
Did you like that?
I like that.
beautiful.
Beautiful.
The board reconvened in open session at 9:02 PM. No action was taken in closed session. We will now consider approval of recommendation to hire the principal at Stephen F. Austin High School.
Mr. Stasny, I move approval of the superintendent's recommendation for Rebecca Luna as principal of Stephen F. Austin Middle School.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Gonzalez, seconded by Ms. Benford. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? It's unanimous. Also, we have another motion, or consider approval of the recommendation to hire the principal of Navarro Elementary School.
Mr. Stasny, I move approval of the superintendent's recommendation for Tara Hunter as principal of Navarro Elementary School.
Second.
All right, we had motion by Mr. Stennis, and second by Ms. Benford. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? It is unanimous. There being no further business, this meeting is adjourned at 9:03.